Now, today, the Johannesburg High Court dismissed an urgent application by convicted murderer and rapist Thabo Bester and Nandipha Magudumana to interdict the broadcasting by Showmax of the documentary tracking Thabo Bester. Judge Wilson declined to order costs against the two in the case, pointing out that they were both inmates. The four-part docu-series is expected to premiere today, and SABC News reporter Mbalenhle Mthethwa was tracking those proceedings and joins us in studio now for an update. Mbali, a very good evening to you. Look, so the application was obviously dismissed. Give us the reasons that were given by Judge Wilson as to why he dismissed the application.
Well, the reasons that the judge has presented before the court was that the parties failed to prove why this would then prejudice their right to a free trial, which was one of the heads of arguments that were presented in court, saying that one of the people who are featured in the documentary are on the list of witnesses who are due to appear before the court, and we understand that they are facing a trial after leaving the country, or fleeing the country, and subsequently being caught in Tanzania and brought back and returned to South Africa to face that trial, which we have seen taking place in Bloemfontein. So these were some of the reasons that were presented before the court, but the judge saying that the possibility of impairing on a fair trial is not an assumption, but should be presented, and that they failed to prove and give proper evidence as to how the airing of this documentary would impede on their chances and on their right on getting a free trial.
And then, I mean, what did the defense for both ETV and MultiChoice submit as a rebuttal, Mbalenhle?
Well, the MultiChoice went to court to defend this urgent interdict, which was brought by the two co-accused, and they have presented an argument speaking on the freedom of expression, saying that if this this application had to be granted, would impede on the organization's ability to then, express this freedom of expression.
Yes.
And this is why, and that is why they have gone to court, and the matter was then ruled in their favor. Unfortunately for the two co-accused, the judge was somewhat lenient and did not grant them a cost or slap them with a cost order. All of the applicants who were there, as well as the respondents, will pay for their own legal fees.
Now, Mbalenhle, we also heard during the application that Nandipha's father, as well as other co-accused, might have actually threatened some of the production crew. Did you hear anything more on that?
Well, what we do understand is that there's a concern that some of the people who were interviewed for the documentary are on the list of state witnesses. And there's also an allegation that some of them, or one of them, has been paid by the state. But that could not be tested in court and could not be proven in court. But the biggest issue here is the issue of being able to get a fair trial. And one of the concerns that were raised by the Thabo Bester's lawyers is that they believe that, and both Nandipha Magudumana, that Showmax is going to profit from the story, and they did not get the go-ahead from the two co-accused that the story or the documentary is about, and that they were not even given a right of reply or even consulted when this documentary was coming about or was in the making. And we heard from the attorney representing Nandipha Magudumana after the matter or the judgment had been handed down, was that they believe that they're actually in the process of getting a documentary done and concluded with Nandipha Magudumana, and with her telling the story and saying that whatever else is there is essentially fiction, But you will remember that when MultiChoice was presenting its heads of argument, it also said that the documentary really centers its information and the information presented on the documentary reports, on something that is already, on information that is already in the public domain, and nothing new has come out, and this will not prejudice the two co-accused who are facing trial right now.
All right, so Mbalenhle, in a nutshell, the show is supposed to premiere today. The pair cannot appeal, we understand as well.
Yes, it would seem that that is the case. I mean, it is too late. The horse has bolted. The program or the documentary, the 4-part documentary, is meant to premiere today, an hour ago at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
So that would mean that this is already there on the website, on Showmax's website, and people have already started consuming the content of that documentary. So this then means that, you know, it cannot be appealed or anything like that. It was a last-minute attempt to try and interdict the airing of, and the broadcasting of this documentary. So the timing really is what would have worked against the two if they had intentions of ever appealing the matter. But I do believe that both parties were hopeful that the court would have ruled in their favor.
All right, thank you so much for that update. SABC news reporter there, Mbalenhle Mthethwa, with an update on the application to halt the Showmax series on Bester and Magudumana.